All right, hello, my wonderful students. This is part 3 of foldable number 1. And for this one, we have f of x is equal to 2 times, in parentheses, x minus 4, close parentheses, squared plus 3. So we're going to go ahead and write our y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k to give you guys a little help. And we're going to go ahead and look for our vertex. So once again, our vertex is actually going to be equal to our hk. And so it's going to be opposite of what's here. So our h is actually going to be 4. And our k is going to be our 3, what's on the outside. So this is equal to our vertex. Now we're going to look for the axis of symmetry. So our AOS. But our axis of symmetry is actually equal to our h. And our h was 4, so our axis of symmetry is equal to 4. Remember, this is review. This is the part. The new part, again, is what we're doing over here. So we have our 2 here. This is our a. So our 2 is actually going to be greater than 0. That means our our graph is going to be going upwards. So it's going to have a minimum. Okay. That means our and the minimum is going to be equal to what our k was. So the min is going to be equal to our k, and our k was actually 3. So that means our minimum is equal to 3. And this we go back to the domain. Oh, let's actually draw that thing out. So once again, this is a minimum. So this is actually, the graph's actually be going upwards. And it's going to hit the point there. That's going to be at 3. Alright, so now we go to our domain. Once again, it's just all real numbers because there's no restrictions to equal to all real numbers. I can actually write it out, all real numbers as well. Because there's no restriction on the x. There's only a restriction on the y when you go up and down. So remember, the x is left and right and the y is up and down. There's only a restriction on the y, which is based on our range. And since this has a minimum, that means our smaller number that's coming, because remember, this is always going to be going from negative infinity all the way to positive infinity. So from here, our minimum is 3, so our first number is going to be 3. And then it goes all the way to positive infinity.